Hi, everybody. Welcome to Block Talk. Today we're going to discuss Block 7 of Sewcialites 3, the flower block, and it's designed by Elizabeth Hartman. Hi, Maura.
Hey, Ann.
All right, you ready to show your block?
I think so.
Ooh. Hold it closer. Let me see the colors. Oh, it's not. Oh my God, that's gorgeous. I love it. Love, love, love it.
I loved it too until I showed the husband.
What?
Well, so I was really excited to use that floral print that I'm absolutely in love with for the outside petal. And my
Yeah.
husband looked at it and he goes, "The stem isn't touching the flower." And I go, "Yes, it is." Well, because my background is so busy and the floral is busy, there's a clash. So I'm going to redo it.
I like it.
But I want to discuss that in the tips. I want
Okay.
to play with that and get your
Okay.
opinion in the tips.
All right. Well, let's start with seam rips. How many seams did you rip?
I did not rip any seams on this. I tried to sew slower, but I did rip 3 stitches because the back side, one of these twisted. And so I ended up ripping just like 3 stitches to get it to lie
I don't
flat.
think that counts, unfortunately.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't rip any seams either.
Yay!
Yeah.
Did you like
So
the block?
I love it.
I did too.
I think it's so cute. Yeah.
It would be so cute in so many different forms.
Hmm.
Like a tulip quilt or spring quilt, and then blocks in between. There's so many options on this, and the instructions were so good on it.
Yeah.
And it was oh, I have to add too, 9.5 by 9.5. Yay!
Yay.
I'm very
Good
excited about
job.
that. Yeah,
That's
yeah. And
awesome.
I'm getting faster at cutting. I'm really learning to use those rulers, and I'm really liking them, and I'm getting really good clean cuts now. So
Awesome.
I'm just happy now that I'm starting to get that consistent 9.5. And I'm also taking your advice and going a little scant, making sure I'm just a tiny smidge shy of the actual 1/4 inch.
It helps. And
Yeah,
you can trim off the extra. Sometimes
exactly.
that'll come back to bite you a tiny bit, but most of the time it won't.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
well, good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Socialites 2 was kind of how I learned precision piecing, I
Mm.
guess. I
Okay.
didn't know anything about matching points or any of that. And it was such a great experience. It was really hard. I thought I was doing the 9-inch blocks, and I mean, I don't know if the blocks during this go around are easier, if they kind of erred on the side of a little easier this time, or if it's just experience. But I remember the last one being very hard, even at 9-inch blocks. So
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, the last
interesting.
block in this series looks really complicated.
Oh, now I got to look. Oh, yeah. 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 Oh, the last two. Yeah.
Yeah.
The second to last looks a little,
Yeah. Yeah. I
yeah.
think those are going to be crazy. So there's some challenges coming up.
Okay, so did you have any difficulties with this block?
No, just difficulties with my husband.
We need to add that as one of the questions we ask regularly. How is Dan behaving this week?
Well, when he says your stem isn't touching your flower, and I was like, "Yes, it is. Yes, it is." And he was like, "No, not seeing it. There's a big gap." And then I realized, oh, it was my color choice.
The
But
contrast
I
thing.
want to go over that really quick with you because I am going to redo this because I do like I look at it and it just it bleeds into there's just my background is too busy. The flower pattern is too light, and I think even if I had white as a background, it would fail. But to have a contrast, I want to show you really quick what I'm going to substitute it with,
Yeah.
and I think this pops it more.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I'm going to.
Take it off of there. Let me see again what the original one was.
So this was my original.
Yeah. Oh, I love that colored flower fabric though. It's so pretty. What if you could you use that for the background instead and then use the new pieces?
Oh, oh, well, I'm consistently using this as the background. I'm trying to
Oh,
follow the,
gotcha. I'd stick with the background. I would.
yeah, okay,
I would. I think that's a
okay.
good call. Let me see the new one again.
It pops the color a little bit more, and that's where I should have played with colors more before I started my sewing.
Yeah. So what happened on that other one? It's not necessarily the colors, it's the amount of air between the patterns on them. The air is bleeding into the air. See what I mean?
And
So
so this is called air?
I just made that up.
Okay,
So,
that makes sense.
yeah,
And I kind of thought because they were kind of similar fabrics, the light, and if I had even put like the blue here and the flower up in here,
that would work too. Yep. I love that flowered fabric. It's so pretty.
yeah, I loved it. And it was like I was so excited because we're making a flower. So I was like, oh, where's the flower? Where's the flower fabric?
Oh,
This
right.
is
I
gonna be
know. Your
perfect.
fabric line is perfect for that. Yeah.
But it's kind of like that house we did. I was disappointed on the house too and had to do that a couple of times. So
Yeah, I still haven't redone my hazmat
that's
sign.
Matt.
Yeah. What block was that? Block 4.
That was
Yeah.
the orange. That was the
I gotta
safety.
redo that. Yeah, I haven't redone it yet, but I do have to. I really was tempted to introduce orange back in on this one. I think what I'm gonna do from now on is pick a certain number of them and mix all my colors together because so far I've just been using one color in each block. This is
Yeah.
the first one where I've mixed multiples and I really like it better. And I'm almost thinking
Okay.
about redoing all the blocks I've done so far. Yeah, I didn't really have any problems at all with this block. The only problem I almost had was I had these bottom ones turned upside down or sideways. I had them turned sideways and I was putting them up against this to get ready to sew, and this was a lot longer than what this was, and I was like, "Oh no." So I got really confused there, but then I realized that sashing goes up. So yeah, no, I almost had a problem, but then I didn't.
Yours turned out really, really nice. I like the construction of this. It was really nice construction. And that's another thing I'm learning is kind of looking at things. It's a rectangle and it's a rectangle and it's building on that. There's some of the stuff I would have looked at and just gone, how the heck do you put that together?
The geometry of it, you mean?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Eye opening on that. So that's pretty cool. I'm liking that.
Yeah. That's the fun part. It seems like your brain thinks that way anyhow. So,
Yeah, so this was basically done in two separate, distinct, and then you took those two pieces and put them together at the end. I like that.
yeah.
But super,
Yeah,
super cute. So
this
many options.
super cute. I agree. Love this blog. Thanks, Elizabeth. Any tips or tricks that came out of making this blog?
Biggest tip that I'm learning is I read through the instructions and then I reread through the instructions. And I make sure I'm understanding the instructions before I even make my first cut, before I make my first seam. Just taking that extra time. I think that's why I haven't had the last two seam rips in the last
Yeah,
two sessions.
right. Yeah, I started doing that right after I sewed that chimney on sideways. So, well, because the instruction even said, "Be careful sewing this one on because you'll put it on side." It said, "Oh," it gave me the warning not to do exactly what I
Yeah,
did. So I thought, okay, I really do need to start taking these instructions more seriously. So
yeah, maybe I'll pay attention here.
yeah,
Oh, funny. Another tip I wanted to discuss with all the fabrics that we're using for this. Remember in the beginning, I said I was going to use 14 different fabrics aside from my background fabric. But now the problem is keeping track of what I've used and what I haven't used. So I have a shoe box, and when I pick my colors, I pick pretty much off the top, and then after I've used that color, I put it in the bottom of the shoe box, and then that way
Oh,
I'm
that's
kind of
smart.
recycling the fabric so that hopefully I don't get clusters of my favorite colors on blocks.
Right.
There's a nice spread of them.
Well, that's where a design wall really does come in handy. But, a bed can be a design wall, so you could also
Yeah,
do that. Yeah.
yeah.
That's a good idea, though.
Just trying to come up with an idea of the rotation.
Spreading it out even.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, do you want to go ahead and see how long it took each of us, or you go first?
Okay. I took 27 minutes on this.
I took 26 minutes.
Oh, you beat me.
I'm gonna have to double check my screenshot. I think it was 26, but it might have been 28. So um, you may get the point back, but I'll take it for now until I start putting the video together.
I did go a lot slower, and like I say, I'm so happy that my blocks are 9.5 now. That's huge.
Well, and you
That
have
problem
to
is
go
solved.
slow to make that happen, honestly. I mean, a little bit anyway.
Yeah.
So, okay, well,
This is the coolest thing.
so show me how you're doing it. You're gonna rip that block anyway.
Once I get this started. So it's like I'm
Whoa,
so super fast. It's just popping the threads. It's just catching that thread and popping it. It's not
that is
catching the fabric,
brilliant.
isn't it? And it's
Yes. How did you figure this out? In a quilt shop?
there was a quilt show going on at the fairgrounds. This guy was doing a demonstration on it, and I was like, "Oh my god, I have to have that." And I'd been thinking about like getting a razor blade, but if you lose that in your sewing room and cut yourself, and there's a whole lot of blood on the fabric and stuff, and he's like taking this and he's showing it, holding it on his hand. It won't cut his hand. I said, well, what about it grabbing the fabric? And he goes, it's just going to grab the knots. You have to be careful. Like if you shove it into the fabric just right, it will go in and it will start decimating the fabric. But he says, as long as you follow those knots, you're just basically popping the threads as it goes. And then
Right.
it's just, you get a big area
Right.
and it just zips it super
So you
fast.
just kind of put it level with the
Yeah.
fabrics. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm holding it like this and just
So is
guiding it
that
along the
specially
threads.
made for quilting, or
I don't
is
know.
it just a certain kind of razor that's smaller?
I think I got that stuff. It's called an Easy Ripper, and it's some from So Wonderful Dreams.
Awesome. Dude, that is so cool. I thought you just had Dan's razor. I tried it out or something. I thought, what
No,
would
that got
possess
used.
you to think of that, Maura?
That got used on the neighbor's dog.
Exactly. This is our dingle ball shaver.
Yeah, I think you could probably make your own. I kind of paid money for this. That was like $22, but it was like, oh my god, I'm going to use this so much, and it's AA batteries.
That's super cool. Well, anything else to add about
Mm,
this block?
No, no. I just really liked it. It was really fun. I can see this in just in so many different ways. A table runner, a baby quilt.
I think it would be cute in a row quilt where you had a whole row of these and then a row of something else's, and yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
be super cute. Okay, if you don't have anything else, then we will see you next week, and I'll see you next week, Maura. Bye.
Bye, Anne.